This is what people are getting wrong about my story.
I have another question that I don't think you've ever answered. You and James first started dating. Did you ever really think of this as a possibility for you, or is it something that evolved? I don't know anything about tennis, so...
Everybody, and welcome back to Jam and Jelly. I am your host, Ellie Majelli.
And I am your co-host, Annika.
And wait a second. Do you hear that?
I do.
I think, hang on a second. We're in the wrong podcast. It's actually supposed to be Second Set, our new podcast that we're coming out with. If you've been keeping up with some of the videos that I've been putting out recently, I actually quit my job because I am traveling full time with my boyfriend on the professional tennis tour. Woo! Freaking insane. But with that comes a big change within everything that's going to go on this channel. So we're actually turning the Jam and Jelly podcast, which you know and love, to now be called Second Set, where it's going to be talking about life on the tennis tour, all of the stories that you're going to hear, a little bit more behind the scenes. It's going to be more of those extra stories that you're not really going to see on Instagram or TikTok. It's only here on YouTube.
But, we'll still be doing a lot of similar content. So if you're already a viewer of Jam and Jelly and you like the way that we roll here, it's not going to be that different. We're just going to talk a lot more about tennis. But lucky for you guys, if you don't know anything about tennis, I don't know anything about tennis. So we're on this journey together, which is the beautiful 100%.
Thing. We're going to learn it all together. We're going to share the values. We're going to share the knowledge. And the thing is, too, I know a good amount about tennis, but I'm still learning as we go. So we're also going to run into the things that I find surprising about tennis, things that I am shocked by tennis. We're going to freaking talk about it all. So I'm very excited. Also, the name of the podcast, Second Set, is kind of like the second try that you get within a match. So for example, my first set would have been working in corporate, doing my whole career there. But now we're in the second set, which is a new life of exploring things. Yeah.
I didn't actually know that. I thought it was just catchy.
That's the reason on why it's called Second Set.
God.
Yeah, we're super excited to kick off this podcast. So first, we're actually going to be starting with a question and answer, a Q&A, which I actually put over on my Instagram and also YouTube post. So you can always turn on
Ellie
the notifications.
on Instagram.
Go follow me on Instagram, Ellie Majelli. Follow me on TikTok, Ellie Majelli with an extra Y at the end. And you're already following on YouTube, right? You subscribed. Because why else would you be here?
You better be, dude. Otherwise...
You better be subscribed.
Dude, we got people in Australia. We got people in America. We'll find you. and beat you up.
Girl, relax.
Okay. Sorry, I was just trying to be down with it, ride or die.
Ride or die. Yeah, my sister will get at you. Wait, I don't even think we mentioned it, but we are sisters. So I'm actually based in Melbourne at the moment before we start traveling.
And I am based in California. So I still live in the area where we grew up. We moved to the US circa 2010. So we've been here now 15 years. But you went back. And I stayed.
Yeah. So we're going to figure out time zones as well while we travel with this. We might have some extra guests on the podcast, some extra tennis players as well.
And
so
you're going to be in
mixing around a little bit.
You're going to be in America a little bit later on as well.
Yes, I will be in October, so we could do some in person.
IRL,
I'm excited for that.
It'll be cool. Yeah.
IRL Second Set, IRL SS.
All right, are you ready to jump into these questions?
Yes, absolutely. Annika's going to be asking them, and I will be answering them.
People were very curious, I'll tell you that. And we had some interesting questions as well, as always, highs and lows. But I'm just kidding. They're all pretty good, honestly. Okay, I'm going to start it off with a really open-ended question because I know that you are going to one place later or soon, honestly. But the question is, what countries are you most excited to visit?
Oh my gosh. I feel like this... Can I say every single one? I don't know. But
well, tell them where you're going soon too, right?
Yeah, I'm actually going to Shanghai, China. That's my first place that we're going to be going to. And I'm so excited for it because it's so different. And living in Melbourne, there is a really big Chinese community. So I feel like I talk to a lot of people who speak Mandarin or they're from Shanghai or any other place in China. And being able to talk to them and they are so excited about their country and sharing it. I'm super, super excited for that. Especially Shanghai is supposed to be very technologically savvy. So...
I was gonna say, I feel like growing up, we were always very into like all that, like kind of like maybe it's not like cutting edge, but like that like that feeling of like it's like a modern utopia with like all this sci-fi and like robots and like all that stuff. I feel like Shanghai like gives me that vibe. It's like
totally.
Like I don't know, like it feels very futuristic, which that'll be really cool.
Yes.
And how's your Mandarin doing?
I can say 我喜欢芒果和
That's pretty good. I mean, I don't know any Mandarin.
I like mangoes and apples.
I really am excited because James has had tournaments in like what, Texas, Arkansas?
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and
the Carolinas.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like I haven't explored like I've been to like DC and New York, and I've been to like the West Coast, but I'm like, I haven't explored that much of like all like Middle America. So I'm hoping I can catch you somewhere in America, but somewhere different. That's what I'm looking forward to.
No, that's the fun thing too, I think, is like seeing my international friends around the world as well. And I'm just excited to experience different cultures. I think I have this weird dream that I'm going to rock up and some guys are playing soccer like in the middle of the park. And I'm just like, hey, can I jump in? And like, we don't speak the same language, but like we know how to play soccer. So we just like go in. Football. I'd be like, football? And they'd be like, Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited for that, just to like, cause I'm someone who can go up to anyone and talk to anyone. So I think I'm super excited to just like have random conversations with strangers in different countries. Like that's my favorite thing that I'm looking forward to.
That'll be cute. And because James goes to some interesting places too. I feel like in the past you guys have gone to some cool places. Okay, next question. We ready? What has been the hardest part about breaking into social media? And as well, people are curious about, like, someone said, I want to get into social media, but I'm worried about my friends judging me. Any tips? So what has been your experience like kind of coming into this world of being like, like essentially what you're doing is you just fake it till you make it. Like you just keep acting like an influencer until people follow you, right? So how has that been?
So I feel like my way of going about it was like, I'm going to do it on YouTube first, because YouTube is a bit more private in my eyes, because with the algorithm, it doesn't send it to people that you know. On TikTok and on Instagram, it will share it to people that you have in your phone contacts first. And I think that's a terrible thing, because like most people are not going to watch your content, and your content is not for your friends and family. On the part of you're worried about your friends judging you, get new friends, because why the hell would they not be supporting your dreams and supporting you in that way?
Okay, I think more of the question is, and I can see this on like most people. So I work in social media, and I do a lot of like basically telling people like, hey, you should post on social media and promote your business on social media. And they always say like, I know, but like I'm nervous, like I don't want to be perceived, like that kind of thing. So I think it's less of like, everyone knows like my bestie would never judge me if I posted some like weird, super like niche TikTok.
Get it. It's like the other people. I would say, so let's say you're walking on the road, right? And there is somebody on crazy drugs, and they're walking around and they're screaming their head off, and they're running around and they're just doing crazy stuff. You're just trying to walk past and you're like, oh yeah, no, that's crazy. I need to move away from them. They look dangerous, right? And you're walking away.
Are you the crazy guy?
You go on. No. Hear me out on this. So you go on and experience the rest of your day, the rest of your week, the rest of your month. Are you fully remembering seeing that person? Like, are you concerned for like, are you looking back and are you
is like,
wait,
do you care if someone judges you for 15 seconds? I think what you're trying to say is like, who cares if someone sees you on their TikTok feed and judges you for 30 seconds and sends it to someone and says, oh my God, look, Ellie's making videos. Cool. They just gave you, number one, a boost to your engagement, which will make you do better. And number two, haters gonna hate. I don't know.
Haters are gonna hate.
I also just think,
genuinely.
Yeah, who cares?
Genuinely, I think when you get your first hate comment, you're winning. I celebrated my first hate comment because I was like, yes, that means that I'm freaking, because, everyone will give you kudos when they see like, oh, the little kid trying, right? If they're like, oh my gosh, so good. Like they're not going to give them criticism, but people give criticism to people that they think can handle it a bit more. You know what I mean? Or people just give criticism out when they're critical about a piece, but not when you're like really down bad.
They
and
have
like
to see,
just starting
in
off.
order to leave a hate comment, like they have to see you as some type of like celebrity, because when people, like, you don't leave hate comments on like, I don't know, the girl you went to high school who you don't like. You don't leave a hate comments on her page because like, you know, they're going to know that you said it, right? But once people start leaving hate comments on like, you know, your stuff when you're trying to like do influencery things, and it's like, okay, like you see me as a bit of a celebrity, huh?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think I have so much advice that I could give to this point, and I feel like I'm not being able to explain it very well, which is terrible because we have a podcast and that's what you're supposed to be eloquent on a podcast.
Another one that you say a lot is like, just do it. Like, just start posting.
Oh, 100%. I think you just have to like literally be like, oh my God, I'm so uncomfortable, but I'm going to press post anyways. Because it's just kind of like a discipline thing and like pushing yourself out there to get out of your comfort zone and do it. It's really hard to get really good in private and then start posting. Like if you just made a bunch of videos and never posted them, you're not going to get the active feedback from the way that you see how the algorithm treats your stuff. So you could be like, oh, my hook wasn't as good on this because it looks like people dropped off after the first 3 seconds. So let me make sure I can prove that. Yeah. And for me, so the way that I kind of did my whole social media was that I went on YouTube first for the first 2 years. And I told myself, I was like, okay, when I get fully comfortable on YouTube, editing every week, all of that stuff, then I'll start posting on my Instagram. Because again, to me, it was a bit scarier to post on my Instagram because that's more my friends and family, where YouTube was like,
people you know throwing my stuff on there.
Exactly. But on YouTube, I throw my posts into the abyss, and it's like whoever's out there is going to find it, you know? But it was actually funny because random people that I worked with started to find my stuff on YouTube. And I'm like, that's interesting because the algorithm isn't connected to phone numbers and stuff. So I was like, okay, maybe it's getting kind of big now. All right. I think I'm confident enough to go on Instagram. So I had a whole plan to it. Yeah.
Okay, cute. Definitely some good advice there, I would say. Okay. Here's a question that's kind of bringing us back to the Australia content. Would you ever move back to America?
Probably not, because the way that I see like down the line when I'd raise kids, I would definitely want to do it in Australia. Like I feel like
what, you don't want them to fucking know their auntie?
You can come back and visit. I mean, I like, maybe if things change in the future politically, I think maybe I would think differently about it. But at the same time as well, I feel I would definitely send my kids over for college and uni because I feel like that was a really good experience for me. But I think growing up, I like the lifestyle here in Australia a little bit better than I would in America. But it would have to be a reason for me to be in America first, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be back all the time.
I'll be back visiting all the time. Yeah, so I'm not too stressed. Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't even know, like, I'm literally traveling for 40 weeks out of the year. Like, it's not really like I'm going to be able to live somewhere. It's going to be different every week. So,
yeah. Well, kind of
maybe
on that
another
topic,
question.
On that topic of travel there, someone asked, will you get to stay with James for free? And does the ATP cover that? So basically, when you guys are traveling and like doing all your fun things, whatever, being a cute couple, like, are you traveling on his dime? Is it your dime? What's the vibe? Are the viewers paying for it?
This is what people are getting wrong about my story. They think that James is rich enough to be paying for freaking everything. And
you kind of make James seem like a celebrity a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Well,
but like,
he's a celebrity in my eyes. Yeah, no, but he's at the point of recording this video, he's like 120 in the world, right? For doubles. You really don't earn good money in tennis until you're top 100. And people are like, oh my God, he must be earning so much money. He's playing in these tournaments, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, he's really not. Like, he's earning enough to cover himself, but he's not covering enough. He's not making enough to cover me. So for that, that's why I had to leave. That's why I had to take my time until I quit my job, because I had to save up all the money myself in order to fund myself for this trip. So that's why I'm going to do more content creation, more freelancing, more of that stuff. So really, people are like, oh my God, you just quit your job for a man? What are you doing? And it's like, no. I quit my job so I could do a career switch, travel with my boyfriend, but I'm going to do my career while I travel with him. That's the difference.
I feel like it might have been your phrasing there of being like, oh, I quit my job 100%. To travel with my pro tennis boyfriend, but like, y'all are still both brokies.
We're going to be brokies. That's totally fine until the brand deals start to come in. But it's like, yeah, people, I think the thing is too, I can't always give 100% of the context in a 30-second video. Like it has to be summarized. And of course, when you summarize things, you're going to miss the details. So that's just naturally going to happen. But that's why I had to spend the last 8 months saving up enough money so that I could quit my job to go travel with him. So I have money saved that can last me, like a year and a bit. But at the same point, I want to be making money while I travel, while I'm with him. Right. So what was the original question?
The original question was, is ATP paying for your hotel stays?
Okay. So this was a big step as well. So James, how the tennis tour works is that there's different levels to tournaments, right? So there's the ITF, which is on the bottom, then there's Challengers, which is in the middle, and then there's the ATP tour, which is like at the highest. So James is on that line right now between Challengers and ATP. Like he kind of bounces between them where he's like, we'll play in a couple ATPs, but mostly Challengers.
Challengers like Zendaya.
Like the movie.
Yeah.
Like Challengers like Zendaya. Exactly. So when he first started going professional, he was in ITF. And when you're in ITF, the tournament doesn't pay for anything. You have to pay for your own rackets, you have to pay for your own gear, you have to pay for your own hotel. But then if you win in a match, then you get points and you also get paid.
I remember when he was doing this because I remember it was
and that was the grind.
Yeah, it was like it was like, oh shoot, like I don't have money to like book a hotel, that. It was tight. Yeah.
Exactly. So how they would go around it is they'd travel with a bunch of the boys at the same time. So a bunch of the he's from New Zealand and plays for New Zealand. So they would get a bunch of the Kiwi boys together and they would all be like, okay, guys, we're going to split this this Airbnb.
You're all going to Thailand. You're all going to stay in the same Airbnb.
Yeah. And they'd be like, okay, guys, we got to plan this out. And then they would eat really cheap meals and just try and sustain everything because it was so tough to keep going on such a little amount of money, right? But he started playing better. He started winning more matches. And that's when he got into the challenger level. So when you're in the challenger level, they actually pay for the hotels. And that is a huge, huge, huge benefit of being in the challenger tour versus the ITF. So it's kind of it's like a filter in a way. They call it the great filter of all these tennis players trying and trying and trying.
The great
and
filter,
isn't that
that's
not for aliens? Yeah. If aliens exist, the great filter. But it's kind of at that point, right? So it's if you can survive through this certain point, it kind of filters all of the worst players and that only the best can thrive. And when the best are thriving, they make so much more money. They are traveling. They're doing everything. They're not worried about money as much.
And James is the best.
James is the best. James is number one in my eyes. But yeah, so now that he's at the challenger level, that was okay, wait, this is real because I can then come and travel with him and stay in the hotel with him for free. So because how it works as well, this is a little bit more intricate within the tennis community or within the challenger tennis tournaments. If you're with a doubles partner or if you room with another player from the tournament, you guys can get 1 whole week for free hotel. So that's guaranteed no matter what. Right. However, if you decide to room individually, you have to keep winning because as soon as you lose, you have to leave or you have to pay for the hotel. So you can kind of get in a pickle there, right? Because then you're if he wasn't playing doubles, then he would, just go to a hotel room and he'd have to keep winning. Otherwise he'd have to pay money. So literally, if you're losing, not only are you not making as much money as you could, but you also have to pay for a hotel. You have to pay for, your room and service. So that's why it's really good that he has a doubles partner. But with me fitting into the picture, it can be a little complicated because not everyone wants me to come stay in a room where it's his doubles partner, James, and then me. And there's only 2 beds, you know? So it makes it a bit complicated, but what we're figuring out, we're working it out where James can get more of a singles room and then we just pay extra together if he lost.
Yeah. Because I imagine...
Which will rack up, so hopefully he wins.
He better be winning. Yeah.
He better be winning.
Interesting. So kind of riffing off that as well, people are curious what your upcoming travel schedule looks like so far. I know we kind of briefly talked about China, and then where are you going after Shanghai?
Yeah, after China, James is in Davis Cup for New Zealand. So that's where we're going to after, which is super exciting.
Dude, I got so excited you said Davis. That's the town I live in.
Oh, sorry. Davis Cup is, yeah. No,
I
thought the same thing.
I got to watch him here like back when he was still playing college, right?
Yeah.
He did
which is
come
crazy.
Here to the
At
like
University
Mary
of California, Davis.
Yeah.
Yep. No, when he first told me about Davis Cup, I was like, why are you playing in Davis? Why is that so exciting to be in that tournament? That doesn't make any sense.
A top of the world tennis tournament here? I was like,
in Davis? Okay.
All right.
But the thing is too with tennis is that you, especially in the challenger level, because there's probably, I think there's like 5 or 6 tournaments all happening in the same week, but across the world. So you'll have one in Portugal, one in Switzerland.
It's like
one in
instead
Cancun,
of Shark
Mexico.
Week, it's just like Tennis Week.
Sure.
It's like New York Fashion Week, but like tennis.
Yeah. It's like a fashion week, but it's literally everywhere in the world, but at the same time.
It's a fashion week for the wags.
We'll see. I got to up my fashion game. I'm not the best in that department, but so with that, the boys have to pick which tournament they go, but they decide on which tournament pretty much like the week before. So for example, they were up in Canada and they were like, oh, okay, so we're limited to 90 days in the US, so we can't actually go back to the US. But I think there's a tournament in Switzerland. So they're like, okay, let's just fly to Switzerland. So they booked a flight from Canada, went over to Switzerland. They lost like second round or something. And then they're like, okay, where do we go next? Let's go to Mexico. So then they flew back and then went to Mexico, and now they're in Mexico. And it's like, they just decide on a whim. So I don't know what we're doing after Davis Cup, which is quite the surprise. I know I'm jumping around the world to wherever I go. I don't know. I'm kind of just running with it. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, I'm a bit scared.
Yeah. Well, we'll see, right? The wind will take you where it blows.
I'll be documenting it on the YouTube channel. That's for sure.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Well, I have another question here, that I don't think you've ever answered. Ellie Magelli, do you have a boyfriend?
Who asked that? Yes, I have a boyfriend. It's not if it's not obvious. Oh my God.
Really?
Next question.
Okay. Let's see. How long do you anticipate being on this path? Any plan B? What's coming up next? I feel like it's kind of off the same vibe as like what's up next for the schedule. So kind of like in terms of your journey with like your channel, your social media, all that stuff, what's your plan?
If you have listened to Arnold Schwarzenegger's book called Be Useful, he talks about having no plan B. And like him, I am like Arnold Schwarzenegger because I have no plan B. I'm pretty much just like fully launching myself into this, and whatever happens, happens. You know, I think I can always pivot. I can always change whatever I need to do. I can live anywhere, well, mostly anywhere. I'll just figure it out as I go. So I'm going to give myself however long to see if this is right for me. If I find that it's not right for me. Well, no, hopefully I'm making money as we go. But yeah, I think I'm just going to keep going and give it my all. Cause this has been like my dream for the longest time. I know I haven't really talked about it on my channel, but I loved YouTube as a kid. I mean, you know it. I would drag you into all the different movies and stuff we make.
We were so into it. I think like YouTube when we were growing up as well, because like we're like roughly 2000s kids, right? Like you're born 99, I was born 2000, and like that was like, you know, like Jenna Marbles, Fred. Who are the other big YouTubers that we used to watch as kids?
Well, just Smosh even.
Smosh. Oh my god, Vsauce. Yeah. We loved YouTube. Because also like it was kind of like social media wasn't really like super like
big
appetizing to us as well, though, because we were like kids. Like we just wanted to watch fun stuff. And there wasn't this like social media was more like MySpace, Facebook era still, instead of like Reels, TikTok that you have today. That's like
and
very
this was also
entertaining.
Pre-Vine.
Yeah, pre-Vine. We were so into YouTube. And dude, you know what I would love to do is a video reacting to those super, super old YouTube videos that you made. Like on like the Flip.
God.
You remember the Flip?
Yeah. That's so fun. We had this super old camera that was like literally would record for 30 seconds only at a time. And it was like a square screen. It was so fun though. Like, I think that's where I really got started on learning about editing and videos and VFX. I was like so fascinated with it. And I remember our dad got me a pirated After Effects. It was like a 2007 version.
That's what you
and
were
that's how I
editing
learned.
on.
Yeah, I learned how to do everything on there, and I'd watch these tutorials and stuff. I was so fascinated, but obviously life kind of took a focus in other ways for school and soccer and work. But once I, had enough time to come back and find my other loves, I was like, wait, I love editing and I love taking videos and documenting it. So,
and also we like live in this age as well where like now social media can be like fully like your career.
A job.
Yeah. So
exactly. So I was like, I need to jump into this. And if I told 12-year-old me that I was going to be a YouTuber, like
for a job,
there's no way. I would never know that existed. So I'm very happy.
And you'd be like, damn, I got a boyfriend. He's a professional tennis player.
And I'm a YouTuber. What? How did this happen?
Here's a question from yours truly is,
okay.
Could you have ever anticipated this being like what you wanted to do? I mean, like think back to like St. Mary's days, like, when you and James first started dating, like, did you ever really think of this like as a possibility for you, or is it something that evolved?
This is so funny because I did not know that James was good at tennis when I first met him. Because it was kind of during that time. It was like 2021, early 2021.
Late COVID pandemic.
It was late COVID where people were like just starting to go to events and like, but you'd wear a mask and all that stuff too. So I remember going to watch him play tennis and I was like, he had this issue where he had like some issue with his tonsils. So he wasn't sleeping really well. So he was just like playing really badly all the time. And I was like, okay, he plays like the number one for the school, but like, and this is Division 1.
But like the math ain't mathin', like he's not doing that.
Yeah, I was a little bit like, why does he keep losing then? Because all I would see is that he would lose all the time. And I didn't understand tennis. So I was, okay, sorry. No offense to James. He's great. And he actually did win a lot. But I think the matches that I went to, I was kind of like, okay, he's supposed to be really good, but whatever, I don't know. But I was like, oh, I just like him as a person. Like, he's obviously really fun to hang out with. And, I like spending time with him. This is just going in a good direction. And I remember it got to the point, because I'm technically a year older than him and in school.
You are a year older than him. He's my age.
Yeah.
Which is funny because my boyfriend is your age.
Yeah, I know. Switch. So we had, it was, okay, let me think back to it. Yeah, so I had just graduated and James was asking me like, oh, what do you think you're going to do for work? And I was like, well, I have this biology degree, but I don't want to work anything in biology. Like, what should I do? And like, we're talking through it. And I'm like, wait, what do you want to do? And he's like, oh, I want to try and be a professional tennis player. And I was like, oh, okay.
You're like,
sure.
Cap.
Like, no, I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. Like, I want to give it a shot. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know you were like at that level. Cause I don't know tennis. I just didn't understand. So I was like, oh, okay, sure thing. And then he started playing and I was like, wow, he's actually really good. And everyone around me was like, Ellie, don't get your hopes up that he's going to be this big old tennis player because it is so hard to become a professional tennis player. Like the odds are so stacked against you. And the more I learn about it, I'm like, they actually are so stacked against you. Like you're on your own dime, traveling the world. Like you are exhausted from a flight and now you have to go play a game. And if you don't play this game, you don't have enough money to go get food. Like that's what the stakes are, right?
Pretty hardcore.
And you look at any other sport, and if you're top 100 in basketball, you're making millions. You're top 100 in tennis, okay, maybe you're making like 80K a year.
Really? That's it?
Yeah. Because you have to travel full time. It's a lot to travel full time.
Yeah.
So this is why I want to bring this attention to tennis in this way. Because I'm like, everyone always sees the content from people who are like top 10 in the world, top 5 in the world, whatever. But they don't see the grind from the beginning. They don't see the grind from like the top 130, top 100, all of that stuff. So that's why I'm like, I really want to show that and demonstrate it.
Yeah. Which, you know what, too? Yeah. We're kind of in a bit of an era as well. Like, I mean, like not like anything crazy, but like, you know, like Challengers, that movie coming out, like I think people and maybe it's like because you're like influencing my algorithm, but like I keep seeing more and more tennis stuff, and I feel like tennis skirts are really in fashion. I feel like I don't know, I feel like there might be a little bit of a cultural revival here.
I know, true. Like, I definitely feel that I'm not sure if it's me being more around tennis that I'm seeing more tennis, but I am happy that it's becoming more popular and people are getting into it more and enjoying the sport more, because it's actually a really fun sport. And I talked down for it for my whole life, pretty much. I remember we played tennis during COVID randomly. We went to Goodwill.
Oh, yeah. We had like an
Do you remember that?
Yeah. We
went to
it.
Goodwill. Actually, you can tell the story.
Oh, okay. Sure. We went to Goodwill.
I've been talking a lot.
Got a couple of tennis rackets. I'm like, oh my God, I get to talk? No.
You're my co-host, not my main host.
Still your sister.
Excuse me.
Anyways, we went to Goodwill and we got like tennis rackets. We were just like, we didn't know. We didn't know anything. Sorry, did nearly just died. We didn't know anything about like what to buy, so we just bought like random tennis rackets. And inside of mine, there was like a little like club voucher card for like a local tennis like courts. Is that the right word? Local tennis courts, like a tennis club, and it was from like 1980 something. I was like, oh, it's so cool.
Whoa,
you remember that?
No.
I remember that.
And I remember we would like walk around and get tennis balls off the like side of the court that had just been neglected, and we used those to play with.
Because I thought, I don't know, a ball's a ball.
Oh my God. No, right? That's what I thought. Apparently you have to get them all brand new, and like, you know, they die after like, you know, a couple sessions and stuff. You need new balls. Like,
really?
Did you know they have like 3 or they have like 2 cans of new balls per match or per match.
I think it's so funny that they come in a can too, and it's like,
I know this. Like, oh, it's such a good sound though. Like, I really like the tennis sound.
The people who watch you now, right? Mm-hmm. All this content we've seen about Australia and everything, is that like out the window? Like, are you gonna be even in Australia really again? Like, how is like, we know your content's going to be a little bit different and shift a little bit now, but like, are you going to completely ditch what you used to do, or what's your vibe?
That's a very good question. Thank you for asking that.
You're very welcome.
On a freaking, on a stage or something. I'm kind of figuring it out as I go. However, Australia will always be a part of my heart. All of our family is still here. What's that
song? I still call Australia home.
100%. No matter where I am in the world, I will 100% call Australia home. I think because all of our family is here, because we have like the connection here, I love the country. I love just learning more about Australia as well. So I think it'll always be a part of my content just because it's a part of myself. And I'm always going to be coming back here for like Christmases and any other big holidays. And I'll absolutely be recording it while I'm here. And we have the Australian Open here. That would be freaking amazing if James could get into that and, you know, me vlogging the experience, because this is crazy. I used to walk past the Australian Open courts every single day on my way to work. And I would look over and I would just imagine James playing on those courts. Aww. And I would like take photos of it and I would send it to him. And I was like, one day you're going to be playing here on this very court. Like, I have this one court saved in my brain that I'm like, if he's going to play at this court. And if he does, I'm going to be like, damn, I am a witch or something like that. But
I just have this.
I will manifest it. But there's this bridge near there and I would walk over it because I used to live like right outside of the city and I'd walk into the city. Yeah. So it was like, I would love if he could play in the Australian Open. I think that would be absolutely insane.
Very full circle moment, huh?
Very full circle moment. And I know that all the Australians would be supporting him, right, guys? I hope so. Yeah. So with this new podcast as well, I'm going to be filming on the go. So the background will be changing constantly. We're going to be in different hotel rooms. Sometimes we might be outside. Sometimes we might be in conference rooms. I don't know what's going to happen. But the cool thing is that I want you guys to come along for the ride. Any other questions that you guys have about the tennis tour or anything, definitely leave them down in the comments.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited to see kind of how this podcast morphs into something. I mean, you keep saying new podcast, but it's kind of still Jam and Jelly. It'll just be
morphed.
Yeah. We're basically just rebranding, but we're definitely still going to have a lot of the same fun content. Next week, hopefully too, we can do something a little more like fun. Like I really liked the last one we did with the Would You Rather. That was pretty fun.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
We'll keep doing the same like fun, cute content. Maybe we could do a Would You Rather tennis edition. But if you guys are curious as well, if you have more questions for Ellie, I'm sure we didn't even like scrape the top of the iceberg with everything we talked about today. So always, you know, if you guys have questions for Ellie, put them in her comments section because she loves talking to y'all.
I love talking to y'all in my little community.
Yeah, but we'll see you guys.
Well, I'll be in Shanghai, so we'll see how that works.
I'll be here.
Filming and yeah, I have no idea how it's actually going to work with filming on the go and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I'll just I'm going to be at the mercy of every time zone that you're in. That's all.
Yeah, for real.
Because like even this already,
I'm like, 2 a.m. Get on the pod.
Girl, like it's 6 p.m. on a Sunday here. Like I would love to be sitting on the couch with my feet up and a bag of chips. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hopefully by the time this video goes out, Annika actually designed the second set logo and intro.
Ellie's asking me to do all of this. Like, I don't have a full-time job too. I'm just kidding. But
quit your job and come be with me.
Wish, dude. Don't let my employer hear that, but yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Much love, and we will see you in the next one.
Woohoo!